What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is Ashley. If it's your first time here, go ahead and subscribe and hit the post notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads and you can stay in tune with what we have going on. Also, follow me on Instagram. I will leave it on the screen and I will leave it in the description box below. Okay? So this video is late and I'm sorry. I've been recording so much other content that I forgot to record this video. So as the title suggests, this video is going to be basically just my commentary on The Hills. So, I used to watch The Hills way back in the day. Like, I want to say I was in high school. I may have just graduated high school. But my mom and I used to watch The Hills back in the day. It was our little thing. And then she ended up buying me, like, all the DVDs. So, I love that show. I just like type of shows like that. I like how they are with their fashion. I like the whole environment, how pretty it is in California. I just like watching spoiled rich kids on TV. So I'm gonna just give you guys my commentary because I decided to start having, like, every week that the show comes on, go over my mom's house and just bring a snack or whatever, or food. Sorry, my hair is like not laying on this side. Bring a snack or whatever, or food, and just watch the show together and just have our little mother-daughter time. So I got my notes here. I'm going to be referring to my notebook, and I don't have a whole lot of time to film because then I got to go grab Darren from the truck place and grab this food so we can record a mukbang. Okay, so oh yeah, also I'm going to be editing this video that he and I did about this near-death experience that he had when we went to the Virgin Islands. So you're gonna want to subscribe because I don't know when I'm gonna upload it, but I'm gonna start editing it tonight and I want it to be uploaded ASAP because it's really funny. He is so funny. Okay, so the start of the show. Okay, so the main people in the first show was Audrina, Brody, Mischa Barton. I mean, everybody that was in it was the main people, but it was them. It was Spidey, Heidi and Spencer's sister. All right, so let's start with Brody. So Brody is married. His wife, to me, is very controlling. Let me just say that. She seems very controlling, even though we kind of all been there, but she just seems very controlling. Brody works in the club, so he's a DJ, so he's gonna be around beautiful women and DJing, and she would like let him go to work and then be mad if his phone like was dead or whatever, and then he came home late. But my whole thing is they don't have any kids, right? Mainly because Brody doesn't want any kids, but they don't have any kids. So my whole thing is, why are you not at the club too? Like, I would be getting dolled up, I would be getting fly, and I would be on his arm, or even in the section, or just, you know, in the vicinity, like having drinks, or like not every single time, but girl, make yourself known. I mean, if you're in the club, let's just say, I don't know, somebody's there to perform, like a celebrity or something, and they start having drinks with the DJ and things get, you know, a little extra, and he might not even be doing anything, but the fact that you're in the club, you can kind of make sure he gets home okay. You don't have to be at home worried, girl. That was my whole thing with that. So they had some talk about having kids. I think she wants kids, but I don't think Brody wants the kids, or he probably doesn't want them right now. Brody also in this show seemed to be shady a little bit, or uncomfortable with Caitlyn Jenner, which, as you all probably know, was the formerly was Bruce Jenner, now it's Caitlyn Jenner. It seemed like he threw a little bit of shade towards that situation. I'm not 100% sure what's going on with that situation, but it felt a little bit shady to me. Y'all have to let me know what you think, but it felt shady to me. Now, Spencer and Heidi. Okay, so when the show came on, Spencer said that, look, everybody hated Spencer and Heidi back in the day. I couldn't stand them either. They were troublemakers. They were just always in something, always starting something with somebody. I didn't like it, but it was entertaining. So that's that. So after the show and all the shows aired and everything, Spencer said that him and Heidi ended up, like, first of all, they got rich really quick, right? And so they just was being real arrogant, real careless, and just the most hated couple in America. And so they ended up moving to Costa Rica. And he said Spencer said they ended up like in the witness protection program, but he was just playing. He was being facetious, but I just thought that was so funny. Like, Spencer is really funny, and honestly, in this episode, I feel like I saw a lot of growth from Spencer. Even though I felt like he was being a little bit emotional and petty with Brody, and I'll get to that, but overall, I felt like Spencer was a little more well behaved, and also except for when he was dealing with his sister, but I'll get to that as well. So Stephanie, which is Spencer's sister, so to catch up with her, she moved to London. She got caught shoplifting. She had a drug overdose, and so now I guess she kind of, I get the feeling that it may be more tension between Spencer's sister and Heidi, which Spencer does anything Heidi says, so I feel like Spencer is only being shady towards his sister because A, he's probably embarrassed of her drug overdose and feels some type of way about it. I'm not sure. Or B, because Heidi has shade towards his sister and he's married to Heidi, and you know how that goes. So I don't know, y'all have to let me know, but the way they were treating her, like at the end of the show, they had like a little panel, but Spencer and Heidi didn't come to the show. They were at home. They said that Heidi was sick. They were being really mean to the sister, and it was really weird. It was a lot of tension there. It was a lot of passive aggression there, and I was just like, okay. Now, Pamela Anderson's son is on this show. There's not too much to say about him. I think he just became a homeowner. Seems like he had a little bit of daddy issues. Audrina. So Audrina is the single mom, the single parent. She meets up with Justin. Okay, I don't know how I feel about Justin because I always felt like Justin didn't ever make any effort with Audrina. I always felt like he enjoyed being in her presence, or he enjoyed just being on the camera, but I never felt like he would just drop everything for Audrina. I feel like he's just a rolling stone, and I think he said that himself in so many words. I feel like Audrina needs to let that go, and I hope she's not giving him any buns, because it seems like Justin is just one of them, not even in a bad way. He's just that ex-boyfriend that you can always kind of revert back to when you get out of a relationship. He's always available for any of his ex-girlfriends type of dude. So I hope Audrina doesn't get back to where she feels like Justin is like her moon and stars and end up hurt again, because she's out here telling this single mama story everywhere, and I'm just like, hold on, girl, hold on. Don't let that be your defining character on this show, is the single mom thing, okay? All right, so Mischa Barton. Mischa's problem, and if you recognize the name, Mischa Barton is a American actress. So I guess she had stopped working for a bit, and she started to have some issues with Perez Hilton. I guess he was being mean to her, and she felt a lot of pressure to be very skinny, and there was some kind of revenge porn from her ex-boyfriend situation. And I'm just like, okay, Mischa Barton is, first of all, she's gorgeous, and I hope that she does start back acting, and I hope that it seems like she's a little bit stronger now, because she confronted Perez, and they had little snippets of it, and it looked like she was holding her own pretty well. And it looked like Perez was very apologetic as well. But you know, when things cut deep like that, it's kind of hard to come back from it. So I hope that they're able to patch that up, and she's able to move forward and make her some shmoney. Okay? And she also was just saying LA is a really dark place, and you don't know who you can trust, because people go to LA to get famous. And if you're famous and I'm not, and you're allowing me to hang around you in your social circle, I'm assuming that you know that there's going to be some kind of benefit from it. Now, I probably wouldn't come off as though I wouldn't come off that way. Of course, I would be a good person, or whatever they needed me to be as a friend, I would do that. But also, I guess just in time, that relationship would grow, and they would just want to either share some connections with you, or just have you, either on their Snap or their Instagram, things like that. Those are things that people don't talk about, but they should just be understood, in my opinion. That's what's going to come with that friendship, okay? So just blatantly being thirsty and trying to steal their spotlight, though, that's not cool. So characters that were on previous episodes that I did not see, and I don't know if they're going to be on, is Lauren Conrad, Lo, Steven, and Kristen. Now, Kristen was someone who I didn't like in the past, but I don't know. Again, the villain character always kind of still comes out on top, and I still like her. But I hope that they have those people on the show, but my mom said they weren't going to. Anyways, though, Whitney also was on this show, but they didn't show much of her. If you remember, Whitney had moved to... Did she move to New York? She ended up following her fashion dreams and moving, and I think she worked for a magazine, but I don't know. Like I said, it's been so many years since I watched the show, but I'm just so happy the show is back on. Like I said, I hope those people are going to be on future episodes, and there were a couple stare downs. I don't know if I told you guys, but the stare downs are so funny to me and my mom, because like they'll just be sitting at a restaurant, right, and somebody will say something and they'll just be like for example, they'll be like, yeah, and I saw Megan down at the pier and she looked a hot mess, and then the other person will just go and won't even say anything. But I know it's just the way that they edited the show, or edit the show, but it's just so funny. So stuff like that. But thank you guys so much for watching my commentary on The Hills. Let me know your favorite characters down below. Oh, one thing I forgot to add. The reason that Brody and Spencer had some smoke in this episode, and I think the guy's name was Frankie, was because Brody got married and he didn't invite a lot of his closer friends to the wedding. He said it was just something intimate between him and his family and his closest friends, and Spencer felt like butthurt about it, like the bromance, and that's kind of where the bromance came from. Was it that, or was it Jersey Shore, whichever. But Spencer felt some type of way, and he just basically, Brody was like, look, I didn't have to invite you, like straight up. And then I went and looked and I was like, what is Brody's sign? I'm like, is he a Gemini? But he's a Leo, so that explains it all. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching, you guys. Make sure you subscribe. Like I said, hit the thumbs up, hit the post notification bell so you can stay current with all my videos. Go watch my old videos, share with somebody, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye guys.